Are you tired of feeling like life is spinning out of control? Do you wake up each day feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unfulfilled? What if I told you there's a 2,000-year-old philosophy that could transform your life in ways you never thought possible? Imagine waking up each day feeling calm, focused, and ready to take on any challenge. Imagine having the mental strength to handle anything life throws at you. Well, you're in luck. In this video, we're going to reveal 15 powerful Stoic principles that can revolutionize your life starting today. Don't miss out on this life-changing wisdom. Your future self will thank you. 1. The power of perception. Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by life's challenges? What if I told you that the key to transforming your life lies not in changing your circumstances, but in changing how you perceive them? This is the first and perhaps most powerful principle of Stoicism. Epictetus, a former slave turned Stoic philosopher, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that for a moment. How often do we let external events dictate our internal state? Imagine you're stuck in traffic. Most people would feel frustrated, angry even. But what if you viewed it as an opportunity? An opportunity to practice patience, to listen to that podcast you've been meaning to catch up on, or to simply enjoy a moment of stillness in your otherwise hectic day. This shift in perception can be transformative. It's not about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we interpret and respond to events. Here's an actionable tip. Next time you face a challenging situation, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is there another way to look at this? Try to find at least 3 alternative perspectives. This simple exercise can help you break free from negative thought patterns and open up new possibilities. Remember, your perception shapes your reality. By mastering this principle, you can turn obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. The power is in your hands. 2. Focusing on what you can control. Have you ever found yourself worrying endlessly about things beyond your control? The weather on your wedding day, the traffic on your commute, or the opinions of others? This constant concern over uncontrollable factors can lead to anxiety, stress, and a sense of helplessness. But what if there was a way to break free from this cycle? Enter the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. This principle is not about passive acceptance or giving up. It's about directing your energy where it can have the most impact. Think about it. When you focus on what you can control, you become more effective and empowered. For example, you can't control whether you get the job, but you can control how well you prepare for the interview. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control how you respond to their actions. Here's an actionable tip. Create 2 lists. On one, write down everything that's currently worrying you. On the other, write down what aspects of each worry you can actually control. Focus your energy on that second list. By adopting this principle, you'll find yourself less anxious, more productive, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. Remember, true power lies not in controlling the world around you, but in mastering your own thoughts and actions. 3. Practicing voluntary discomfort. When was the last time you intentionally made yourself uncomfortable? It might sound counterintuitive, but embracing discomfort can be a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. This is the essence of the Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, advised, "Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I feared?'" The idea is simple yet profound. By voluntarily exposing ourselves to discomfort, we build resilience and reduce our fear of adversity. It's like a vaccine for the soul, preparing us for life's inevitable challenges. Imagine you're afraid of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, you could volunteer to give a presentation at work. Yes, it might be uncomfortable, but each time you do it, you're building courage and skill. Here's an actionable tip. Start small. Take a cold shower, skip a meal, or sleep on the floor for a night. Reflect on how you feel during and after these experiences. You'll likely find that the discomfort was temporary and manageable, and you'll feel a sense of accomplishment for pushing through it. By practicing voluntary discomfort, you're not just preparing for hardship. You're also learning to appreciate the comforts you do have. You're training yourself to find contentment in any situation. And that, my friends, is true freedom. Remember, comfort is the enemy of growth. By embracing discomfort, you're paving the way for a stronger, more resilient you. 4. Cultivating virtues. In a world that often prioritizes external success, wealth, status, and fame. Have you ever wondered if there's a more fulfilling path? The Stoics believed there was, and it lay in the cultivation of virtues. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This powerful statement encapsulates the Stoic emphasis on character over external circumstances. The four cardinal virtues of Stoicism are wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. These aren't abstract concepts, but practical guides for daily living. Wisdom helps us make better decisions. Justice ensures we treat others fairly. Courage allows us to face our fears. Self-control helps us master our impulses. Imagine you're faced with a difficult decision at work. Wisdom would help you consider all angles. Justice would ensure you're fair to all parties involved. Courage would give you the strength to make the right choice, even if it's unpopular. Self-control would help you resist the temptation to take the easy way out. Here's an actionable tip. Choose one virtue to focus on each week. For example, if you're working on courage, look for opportunities to step out of your comfort zone. If it's justice, pay extra attention to treating everyone fairly. Keep a journal of your experiences and reflections. By cultivating these virtues, you're not just improving yourself, you're contributing to a better world. And here's the beautiful thing. Unlike external goods, virtues can't be taken away from you. They're yours to keep and grow, no matter what life throws your way. Remember, true wealth lies not in your bank account, but in the strength of your character. Start investing in your virtues today, and watch as your life transforms from the inside out. 5. Practicing negative visualization. Have you ever found yourself taking the good things in your life for granted? It's a common human tendency, but what if there was a way to cultivate deeper gratitude and contentment? Enter the Stoic practice of negative visualization. Epictetus advised, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This practice, also known as premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, involves regularly contemplating the loss of what you value. Now, this might sound morbid or pessimistic, but it's quite the opposite. By imagining losing what we have, our health, our loved ones, our possessions, we develop a deeper appreciation for them. It's like mental inoculation against taking things for granted. For instance, imagine your partner is away for a week. Instead of focusing on the inconvenience, think about how you'd feel if they were gone permanently. Suddenly, their absence becomes a reminder of how fortunate you are to have them in your life. Here's an actionable tip. Each day, choose one thing you value. It could be a relationship, an ability, or a possession. Spend a few minutes imagining your life without it. Then, focus on the gratitude you feel for having it in your life right now. This practice not only increases our appreciation for what we have, but also prepares us for potential losses. It reminds us that everything in life is temporary, encouraging us to cherish the present moment. Remember, true wealth isn't about having everything you want, but about appreciating everything you have. By regularly practicing negative visualization, you can transform your perspective and find contentment in the here and now. After all, isn't that what we're all searching for? 6. Embracing impermanence. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by change or loss? It's a natural human reaction, but what if I told you that accepting impermanence could be the key to finding peace and resilience in life? The Stoic philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "The only constant in life is change." This profound insight lies at the heart of the Stoic principle of embracing impermanence. Think about it. Everything in life is in a constant state of flux. Our bodies age, relationships evolve, careers shift, and the world around us is always changing. Resisting this fact often leads to suffering, while accepting it can bring a sense of liberation. Imagine you've just been laid off from your job. It's natural to feel upset, but by recognizing that change is inevitable, you can more quickly move from despair to action. Instead of lamenting what was lost, you can focus on the new opportunities that this change might bring. Here's an actionable tip. Start a change journal. Each day, write down one thing that has changed in your life, no matter how small. It could be a change in the weather, a new thought you had, or a shift in a relationship. Reflect on how you're adapting to these changes. By embracing impermanence, you're not becoming indifferent or detached. Instead, you're developing the flexibility to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. You're learning to appreciate the present moment more fully, knowing that it won't last forever. Remember, life is like a river, always flowing, always changing. By learning to flow with it rather than against it, you can find a deeper sense of peace and resilience. Embrace change, and watch as your ability to handle life's challenges transforms. 7. Practicing self-discipline. In a world of instant gratification, have you ever wondered why some people seem to achieve their long-term goals while others struggle? The answer often lies in self-discipline, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This powerful statement underscores the Stoic belief that true freedom comes from controlling our impulses and desires, rather than being controlled by them. Self-discipline isn't about punishment or deprivation. It's about aligning our actions with our values and long-term goals. It's the bridge between who we are and who we want to become. For example, if your goal is to write a book, self-discipline is what gets you to sit down and write every day, even when you don't feel like it. If you want to improve your health, self-discipline is what helps you choose a salad over fast food. Here's an actionable tip. Start with small, daily acts of self-discipline. It could be making your bed every morning, meditating for 10 minutes, or avoiding social media for the first hour after waking up. Consistency in small things builds the muscle for bigger challenges. By practicing self-discipline, you're not just achieving your goals, you're building character. You're proving to yourself that you have the power to shape your life, rather than being at the mercy of your impulses. Remember, every time you choose discipline over instant gratification, you're investing in your future self. It might not always be easy, but it's always worth it. As you cultivate self-discipline, watch as your confidence grows and your ability to achieve your goals transforms. 8. Practicing mindfulness. In our fast-paced world, have you ever felt like life is passing you by? Like you're constantly thinking about the future or dwelling on the past, missing the richness of the present moment? This is where the Stoic practice of mindfulness comes in. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This encapsulates the Stoic approach to mindfulness, a constant awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and surroundings. Mindfulness isn't about emptying your mind or achieving a state of bliss. It's about being fully present and engaged with whatever you're doing, whether it's eating a meal, talking to a friend, or working on a project. For instance, when you're eating, really taste your food. Notice the flavors, textures, and aromas. When you're in conversation, truly listen without planning your response. When you're working, give your full attention to the task at hand. Here's an actionable tip. Practice the 5-4-3-2-1 mindfulness exercise. Wherever you are, name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise can quickly ground you in the present moment. By practicing mindfulness, you're not just reducing stress and increasing focus, you're enriching your life experience. You're learning to appreciate the small moments that make up your day, rather than always chasing after the next big thing. Remember, life happens in the present moment. By cultivating mindfulness, you're not just observing your life, you're fully living it. As you become more present, watch as your appreciation for life deepens and your ability to handle challenges transforms. 9. Embracing amor fati. Have you ever wondered how some people manage to stay positive even in the face of adversity? The secret might lie in the Stoic principle of amor fati, or love of fate. Nietzsche, inspired by Stoic philosophy, said, "My formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati." That one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Not merely bear what is necessary, but love it. This doesn't mean passively accepting everything that happens to you. It's about actively embracing whatever life throws your way, good or bad, and using it as an opportunity for growth. Imagine you've been passed over for a promotion. Instead of dwelling on the disappointment, you could choose to see it as an opportunity to improve your skills, reassess your career goals, or even explore new paths. Here's an actionable tip. At the end of each day, write down 3 things that didn't go as planned. For each one, challenge yourself to find a potential benefit or lesson. This practice can help train your mind to find the silver lining in any situation. By embracing amor fati, you're not just making the best of bad situations, you're transforming your entire relationship with life. You're moving from a place of resistance to one of acceptance and even enthusiasm for all of life's experiences. Remember, we can't always control what happens to us, but we can always control how we respond. By loving your fate, you're not just accepting life, you're embracing it fully, with all its ups and downs. As you cultivate this mindset, watch as your resilience grows and your ability to find joy in any circumstance transforms. 10. Practicing gratitude. In a world that often focuses on what we lack, have you ever considered the transformative power of appreciating what we already have? This is where the Stoic practice of gratitude comes into play. Epictetus wisely said, He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the Stoic approach to gratitude. Gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about consciously choosing to focus on the good in our lives, no matter how small. It's about recognizing that even in our darkest moments, there are things to be thankful for. For instance, if you're stuck in traffic, instead of getting frustrated, you could be grateful for the car that allows you to travel, the music or podcast you're listening to, or even the extra time to reflect on your day. Here's an actionable tip. Start a daily gratitude journal. Each night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be a delicious meal, a kind word from a friend, or a beautiful sunset. The key is consistency and sincerity. By practicing gratitude, you're not just improving your mood. You're rewiring your brain to notice the positive aspects of life. You're cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Remember, gratitude turns what we have into enough. It transforms ordinary days into thanksgivings, routine jobs into joy, and ordinary opportunities into blessings. As you cultivate a grateful heart, watch as your perspective shifts and your ability to find joy in everyday moments transforms. 11. Memento mori, remembering death. Have you ever considered how the awareness of your own mortality could actually enhance your life? This might sound paradoxical, but it's a core principle of Stoic philosophy known as memento mori, or remember that you must die. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This isn't meant to be morbid or depressing. Instead, it's a powerful reminder to live life fully and intentionally. Memento mori isn't about living in fear of death, but about using the awareness of our finite time to prioritize what truly matters. It's about letting go of petty concerns and focusing on what's truly important. For example, if you knew you only had a year left to live, would you spend it worrying about what others think of you? Or would you focus on meaningful relationships, personal growth, and leaving a positive impact? Here's an actionable tip. Create a bucket list of things you want to do, be, or achieve in your lifetime. Review it regularly and ask yourself, if I knew my time was limited, what would I prioritize? Then, take action on those priorities. By embracing memento mori, you're not dwelling on death, but celebrating life. You're using the awareness of your mortality as a tool for living more fully, more authentically, and with greater purpose. Remember, life is precious precisely because it's finite. By keeping this perspective, you can cut through the noise of daily life and focus on what truly matters. As you integrate this principle, watch as your priorities clarify and your ability to live each day with intention transforms. 12. Practicing Stoic reflection. Have you ever reached the end of a day and felt like it just slipped by? Like you were on autopilot, reacting to events rather than consciously shaping your life? This is where the Stoic practice of reflection can be transformative. Seneca advised, each night before going to sleep, we must ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I acquire? This practice of daily reflection was a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Reflection isn't about beating yourself up over mistakes or patting yourself on the back for successes. It's about objectively reviewing your thoughts, actions, and decisions to learn and improve. For instance, if you lost your temper during a meeting, reflection would involve examining what triggered your anger, how you could have responded differently, and what you can do to prevent similar outbursts in the future. Here's an actionable tip. Set aside 10 minutes each evening for reflection. Ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done better? What did I learn? What am I grateful for? You can write your reflections in a journal or simply ponder them quietly. By practicing Stoic reflection, you're not just passively experiencing life. You're actively learning from it. You're developing self-awareness, reinforcing positive habits, and continuously improving yourself. Remember, the unexamined life is not worth living, as Socrates said. By making reflection a daily habit, you're taking control of your personal growth. As you cultivate this practice, watch as your self-awareness deepens and your ability to shape your character transforms. 13. Cultivating equanimity. In a world full of ups and downs, have you ever wondered how some people manage to maintain their calm and composure? The secret might lie in the Stoic principle of equanimity, the ability to maintain mental calmness, composure, and evenness of temper, especially in difficult situations. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This encapsulates the Stoic approach to equanimity. It's about maintaining a balanced mind, regardless of external circumstances. Equanimity isn't about being emotionless or indifferent. It's about responding to life's events with a calm, clear mind rather than being swept away by emotional reactions. For example, if you receive criticism at work, instead of getting defensive or upset, equanimity would allow you to calmly consider the feedback, take what's useful, and discard the rest without letting it disturb your peace of mind. Here's an actionable tip. Practice this stop technique when faced with challenging situations. S. Stop what you're doing. T. Take a deep breath. O. Observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. P. Proceed mindfully. By cultivating equanimity, you're not just reducing stress, you're developing emotional resilience. You're learning to navigate life's challenges with grace and poise. Remember, true strength isn't about never being knocked down. It's about maintaining your balance no matter what life throws at you. As you develop equanimity, watch as your ability to handle life's ups and downs with grace transforms. 14. Practicing cosmopolitanism. In our increasingly divided world, have you ever wondered what it would be like to truly see all of humanity as one family? This is the essence of the Stoic principle of cosmopolitanism. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are all made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth. To act against one another then is contrary to nature." This beautifully captures the Stoic view of our interconnectedness. Cosmopolitanism isn't about ignoring cultural differences or erasing national identities. It's about recognizing our shared humanity and understanding that we all belong to the same global community. For instance, instead of seeing someone from a different country or culture as other, cosmopolitanism encourages us to look for our commonalities, our shared hopes, fears, joys, and sorrows. Here's an actionable tip. Challenge yourself to learn about a different culture each week. This could involve reading a book, watching a documentary, trying a new cuisine, or having a conversation with someone from a different background. Reflect on what you learn and how it expands your perspective. By practicing cosmopolitanism, you're not just broadening your horizons, you're cultivating empathy and understanding. You're breaking down the artificial barriers that separate us and recognizing our fundamental interconnectedness. Remember, we are all citizens of the world. By embracing this perspective, you can contribute to a more compassionate and harmonious global community. As you cultivate cosmopolitanism, watch as your sense of connection to humanity as a whole transforms. 15. Living in accordance with nature. Have you ever felt out of sync with the world around you? Like you're swimming against the current of life? The Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature might offer a solution. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, defined the goal of life as living in agreement with nature. But what does this mean in practice? Living in accordance with nature isn't about forsaking modern comforts and living in the wilderness. It's about aligning our actions with the natural order of the universe and our own human nature. This principle encourages us to accept what we can't change, like the weather or aging, to use our reason to make wise choices, and to fulfill our potential as human beings by cultivating virtue and contributing to society. For example, instead of complaining about a rainy day ruining your plans, you could accept it as part of nature's cycle and find indoor activities to enjoy. Or, recognizing that humans are social creatures by nature, you might prioritize building meaningful relationships even if you're naturally introverted. Here's an actionable tip. Spend time in nature regularly, even if it's just a short walk in a park. Observe the rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the growth of plants, the behavior of animals. Reflect on how these natural processes might offer insights for your own life. By living in accordance with nature, you're not just reducing inner conflict, you're finding harmony with the world around you. You're recognizing your place in the grand scheme of things and living in a way that honors both your individual nature and the nature of the universe. Remember, we are part of nature, not separate from it. By aligning ourselves with the natural order, we can find greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. As you practice living in accordance with nature, watch as your sense of connection to the world around you transforms. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. Share with friends who might benefit. Which principle spoke to you? Tell us below. Join our community for more insights. See you in the next video.